Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Danielle, aka Stitcherista, here on YouTube, and today is Wednesday, March 9th. So I worked a little bit late last night. I worked until 6. I mean, that's not terribly late, but it was a long day, so I didn't do any stitching last night. So no point in showing you the coffee piece because I've done nothing else on it. Someone did comment, though, that they were envious of my nice, neat letters, so thank you for that. So we're going to talk about other stuff stitching related. I have nothing, no purchases. However, someone commented, remember I told you I had another mishap story? Yeah. Someone commented on my video yesterday, Joanne Kirschenbaum, and she said, Danielle, so happy to see your new project. I have been going back and watching your videos from the past to learn stitching tutorials, or if maybe counted cross stitch is something I can do later on. I did find something interesting from your video from 4 years ago. You did an Alice in Wonderland silhouette, which is now the exact pattern I have, but it's printed. My question is, did you ever finish the kit? Do you remember how long it took you to finish the project? So, what I had purchased all those many years ago was this. It was a Bothy Threads kit. So it came with that beautiful colored aida, 14 count aida, all in black. I remember working on this at the retreat at Salty Yarns in May all those years ago. Dummy me. This is where I say measure 80 times, cut once. Seriously. I got all the way down to right here and realized I wasn't going to have enough fabric to finish it because I had cut the fabric they sent. Why did I cut the fabric? I don't know. I have no idea. But when I realized it, I was sick because, you're not tacking on fabric to that to finish it. So I literally just tossed it. Yep, never finished it. You want to talk about being ill from that? Ill. Yeah. I had worked so long on that piece too. So, Joanne, to answer your question, no, I did not finish it. It is in a landfill somewhere now. So, I'm sure many of you, though, can relate and have had issues like that with not having enough fabric. Boy, like I said, measure 80 fucking times, cut once. Yeah. Okay. So, I have plans for my junk journal that I want to share with you guys. So, you know me, I'm always, whoops, didn't mean to do that. I'm always looking 2 projects ahead sometimes. So we all know I'm doing the coffee piece, which is going to go here. And I have it 95% done. The next one is going to be my cup of tea one. Now, I want to try to show you the pattern. I found a teacup that I like. There are tons of patterns out there for teacups. However, you got to find stuff that you like, right? So let me show you the one that I bought on Etsy for $1.20 it cost me, from Bella Rosecraft. This is the pattern. Very simple. And on 14 count aida, it's only 2x2. So you can pick any colors you want. Obviously, it's charted for these colors. But I said, okay, I'm just going to pick 2 colors and then a brown for the tea bag and the steam. So I chose DMC 518 and 3706. So this is going to be the cup. And then this pink is going to be like accents in the cup. Although I should do it probably the other way. This should be the cup. This should be the cup color. And then this could be the top, the handle, the little accents, and then the tray. We'll see, because, and then this is the brown that I picked. I just really like those two colors together. And then I was like, I decided I'm going to stitch it on 14 count Aida because it would be so tiny on 18 or 20 count. So I really like the printed Aida that DMC has come out with. And so I went on to Fat Quarter Shop and I ordered this Aida. It's called Morning Dew. I want to show you the picture where it is like a bluey green. It's more like and that's a horrible picture. It's more like a mint green. I'm going to stitch more on the green part of it because I know I'll be able to find that piece since I already have blue in the cup. So that's my plan for that. And then remember, my plan is to put this card, this is the card from Marianne who made me the junk journal. So I want to put this card here because it says, "You are my cup of tea." And then I decided, now this tag came in here, so I was going to incorporate that. I played around with this. Remember I bought that SVG file on Etsy of this? You are not everyone's cup of tea because you are champagne, darling. So I played around with this because I want to put that here. Okay? Because what I want to do is I want to put the stitching here. Now, someone, and I forget who said it, they said, when you attach the stitching, make it so it's only attached on the sides, so then I can slip this behind the stitching. What a fabulous idea. So that is my plan. So I'm going to stitch it, probably mat it with paper because it's only 2 by 2. And then what I will do is probably just use glue dots on the edges of the paper to attach it to the page so I could lift up the page, the stitching a little bit and slip this tag inside. We will see if that comes to fruition. I like having a plan in my head, but I also realize that sometimes you need to just, you know, go with it, that your plan isn't going to happen. Now, for the tag. So obviously, I do always like to do some kind of journal entry in these journals for each piece. And this is the tag. Now, this was an inventory tag. So I'm going to put like the details of the pattern name, the designer, the floss I used, the fabric, all of that. I already had in mind what I wanted to journal on the back of it, and I journaled it today. And here's what I said. I have been told many times I'm too loud, I cuss too much, that I am basically too much. I will always be too much. I am me. If you don't like it, that is your problem, not mine. Be yourself. Your tribe will find you. So those were my thoughts. And because you know, if you have been around my channel for any length of time, you will know that I have come up against it with people thinking they can tell me how to run my channel. I cuss too much. I take the Lord's name in vain. I shouldn't do any of that. I'm too loud or whatever. I'm always going to be too loud. Always going to be too much. And you know, I've told Bill, you knew what you got when you married me. This is how I am. Yeah. Okay. So I started thinking ahead to my next page because my friend Brandon, you guys know Brandon, I talk about him all the time, it seems, in every video, right? He's so fantabulous. I had said, and let me show you because I have notes and stuff. The next page is this. And I kind of wanted to do a 2-page layout because don't you love that? I'm like, ooh, that's a flower. I got to do something with a flower, right? If you watch Carrie on Tiger Lily Designs, she is stitching Mary Morgan's sampler by the Fox and Rabbit. In the middle of that sampler is a beautiful, colorful rose. And Brandon said, you should stitch that for this page, because if I do it on 20 count, I'll be able to fit it on this page. I don't know exactly, I don't have the pattern yet, so I don't know exactly how big that rose is, but here is what it looks like, because I saved a picture of it because I wanted to show you guys. What am I clicking on? It is so beautiful, and I'm like, that's gonna take me a while to finish that. Come on. Why isn't it going to it? Here we go. Here is a picture of the whole sampler. Okay. See that rose in the middle? It won't let me like, okay. See the rose in the middle right here? This and the leaves, that's what I'm going to stitch for that page. Isn't that beautiful? Now, like I said, I don't know the stitch count of it yet because I don't have the pattern, but Brandon was confident that I'll be able to, if I stitch it on 18 or 20 count, that I'll be able to fit it on the page. So the stitching is probably going to take up the great bulk of the page. Although under the stitching, I decided, remember I kept this entry from the calendar that says, your greatest self isn't to be found, but rather expressed. I would like to put that down there maybe. And then I found some scrapbook stuff that has roses, like maybe put a rose sticker over here, find a journaling card, or even journal. I could even journal on this page, just write what I'm thinking, because there was a quote that I saw from Dale Carnegie today that said, we are always looking for a magical rose garden instead of paying attention to the roses right outside our window. Meaning, we're always looking for more or always wanting something else instead of appreciating what we currently have. So I've gotten to the point where it's like, I want to find an inspirational quote for these pages too. So I may print out, like type the quote in like a funky font in Word and print it out and put it here. I don't quite know yet, but that's my plan. I really want to stitch that rose. And what I was thinking is the fabric, because I'm pretty sure it's charted for DMC. I have this piece of 20 count Lugana that I got from eBay. This is Silk Weaver's Golden Promise. And because the rose is so colorful, I was thinking that stitching it on this gold colored fabric, the colors would pop. And it's 20 count. It's so soft. 20 count Lugana is awesome. I have stitched on that before a long, long time ago. I cannot wait to go to the Flosstube retreat in New Jersey in July, because Arlene always arranges for a shuttle to take us to Needleworker's Delight, which is Silk Weaver. The wall of fabric that they have, holy moly. I told Bill, you better be ready. Like, I'll go there and spend hundreds of dollars in fabric. Yeah, because it's the only time I go to that place. So, if anything, I go to that store for fabric, because, oh my. But yeah, so those are my plans for the journal. I think those are good plans. It's coming right along. Like I said, that rose is going to take me a while to stitch because it is dense. But man, will that look amazing on that, won't it? That's my plan anyway. Okay. I think I do have some talking points. Let's see. Yeah, can you believe that Alice in Wonderland thing? Oh my God. I had completely forgotten about that until someone told me. Oh, the Wordle today? I got it in 3 guesses. Let's go. Yeah. Took Bill 5 today to get it. He said he had everybody at work trying to do it. All right. Talking points. Oh, this is so good, okay? Mrs. Murphy's Law for Cross Stitchers. Now, Stanton O'Neill, which, God, I love that name. Stanton O'Neill posted this, and it's so hilarious because these 11 things, absolutely. Number 1, come sale day at the needle workshop, they will be out of DMC 310 or white. Number 2, chocolate is to aida as metal fillings are to a magnet or any food or drink or, yeah. Number 3, the last lost needle will only be found by a barefoot traveling at a high rate of speed. I have to say, I am fanatic when I drop a needle, and I found one sticking up one time, and I was like, oh, I found them in a blanket before. Yeah. Number 4, the thread will fray. Absolutely. Number 5, now this is my favorite one. When there are 4 stitches of a color left to do, there will be enough thread in the needle to do 3. Don't you love 3 threading a needle for 1 stitch? Fucking hate that. Number 6, mother's scissors are the only ones your husband and children want to use. If Jill ever does another video, you need to ask her to tell the story of when she was in Myrtle Beach with her in-laws and her father-in-law wanted to use her needlework scissors to cut his toenails. I will never forget when she sent me the voice message and told me that. I was dying. Yeah. Number 7, dog or cat hair will penetrate any and all enclosures used to protect cross-stitch projects in progress. Number 8, now this is a good one too. Number 8, after counting the same line 11 times, but before the first critical stitch is taken, the phone will ring. Number 9, you will count wrong. Number 10, you will recount wrong. Yes and yes. And finally, number 11, regardless of how recently you have fed your household prior to stitching, the minute you pick up your needle, every child will be hungry, every bird will give out a faint ravenous tweet, every dog will go pale, every plant will droop, and the doorbell will ring. Don't you love that, Stanton? That was fantastic. So amazing. I absolutely loved that. Okay, so let's do, oh, no, I know I have OMG moments. I know I do. Okay. I have 2 of them. Here's another little talking point, though, and tell me if this has ever happened to you. So Ken posted this in one of the Facebook groups and said, so a lady offers a really excellent deal on some already bobbinated floss. Her mom is no longer stitching and she wanted it to go to someone who could use it. She sent a picture of a big, and they had big all in caps, a big box of neatly bobbinated floss. I jumped at it because it was a lot of floss for very little money. 4 days later, the beautiful neat box arrives and I was thrilled. Then I pick up a random bobbin, no number. Meaning no DMC number. A second bobbin, no number. Upon closer inspection, not one of the bobbins has a number. And they are not aligned by DMC grouping or color family. I think there must be a code to this somehow, but I have already had a laugh or 2 out of it. I guess there's a weekend project ahead. The best piece of advice I could say was to take, if you have the DMC thread card, match that up. But boy, that would be, and do it under really good lighting. Yeah, you have a task ahead of you. Or if you're the kind of person that will look at a picture and just want to pick colors, you could keep them unnumbered. You know what I mean? But can you imagine? None of the bobbins. And I wonder why they weren't numbered. How did that person know what colors they were? I wonder about things like that, right? Okay. So 2 OMG moments, which this one Chef's kiss. Modern folk embroidery, fruits of plenty sampler. Paula did this one. She stitched it from January 1st of 2021 through March 7th of 2022. And she said it was an epic adventure in color blending and cross stitch, because when I show you what she did, she stitched hers on 14 count creamy antique white Aida, and the design area is 18 by 27, and this whole piece is 47,392 cross stitches. Now, she took great liberties with choosing the colors. It's fantastic. I love seeing this, I think, even more than just 2 colors. Look at that. Can you even right now? I mean, to choose, I mean, look at the center thing with that orange peachy color. Oh my God. The painstaking planning that must have gone into each one of these squares. It's so fabulous, isn't it? Absolutely love this. And she has a picture of the floss that she used. Here's where the colors. You would never think, honestly, that these colors would look good together. It's fabulous. Here, I even clicked on it so it's even bigger. Are you kidding me right now with that? There we go. It's so gorgeous. It's probably one of my favorite ones that I've seen. And then the other OMG moment. Now, I want to say this person's name is Suki. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. They stitched this in memory of their father, every stitch sewn with love for him many years ago while he was recuperating from a stroke in the hospital. He was born in the Chinese lunar year of the tiger. Look, the whiskers. Look at this. Oh, look at the whiskers. I mean, this looks like you could reach out and pet this tiger. Is this not magnificent? I don't know the count fabric they stitched on or the pattern or anything, but holy moly. People, talented beyond, now it's Aida. I looked up close. It is Aida. Talented beyond belief. I mean, it is amazing. I think that's one reason why I love cross stitch so much. It is amazing what you can do with thread and fabric. It truly is. Okay. So let's do a motivational story today. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that book I'm reading, Suicide Med by Frida McFadden. I think it's my favorite book of hers that I've read. It tells the story in the perspective of each of the medical students and then the instructor, the teacher. So it will start back at the beginning when they're all like starting medical school, and we'll go through the same events, but give their perspective. It's so good. I understand now why the book is like 500 and some pages. I'm almost done. I'm like on page 490. I only have like 30 pages to read. I will finish that book today. It read very, very quickly. All right. So today's story is called Laughter is the Best Medicine. And I'm trying to balance my iPad here. Years ago, Norman Cousins was diagnosed as terminally ill. He was given 6 months to live. His chance for recovery was 1 in 500. He could see the worry, depression, and anger in his life contributed to and perhaps helped cause his disease. Oh boy. He wondered, if illness can be caused by negativity, can wellness be created by positivity? He decided to make an experiment of himself. Laughter was one of the most positive activities he knew. He rented all the funny movies he could find. Keaton, Chaplin, Fields, the Marx Brothers. He read funny stories. He asked his friends to call him whenever they said, heard, or did something funny. His pain was so great, he could not sleep. Laughing for 10 solid minutes, he found, relieved the pain for several hours so he could sleep. He fully recovered from his illness and lived another 20 happy, healthy, and productive years. His journey is detailed in his book, Anatomy of an Illness. May have to read that. He credits visualization, the love of his family and friends, and laughter for his recovery. Some people think laughter is a waste of time. It is a luxury, they say, a frivolity, something to indulge in only every so often. Wrong. No. Nothing could be further from the truth. Laughter is essential to our equilibrium, to our well-being, to our aliveness. If we're not well, laughter helps us get well. If we are well, laughter helps us stay that way. Since Cousin's groundbreaking subjective work, scientific studies have shown that laughter has a curative effect on the body, the mind, and the emotions. So if you like laughter, consider it sound medical advice to indulge in it as often as you can. If you don't like laughter, then take your medicine. Laugh anyway. Use whatever makes you laugh. Movies, sitcoms, Monty Python, records, books, New Yorker cartoons, jokes, friends, whatever. Give yourself permission to laugh long and loud and out loud whenever anything strikes you as funny. The people around you may think you're strange, but sooner or later they'll join in, even if they don't know what you're laughing about. Some diseases may be contagious, but none is as contagious as the cure, laughter. And let me tell you, a sense of humor and kidding around is probably one of the greatest things that Bill and I have about our marriage, because we are always like picking at each other, kidding around with each other. Every day he says something that makes me like belly laugh. And it is probably one of the things I love about him most, is that he's goofy and we kid around. And yeah, I can't imagine. Maybe that's why I'm not married to my first husband anymore, because he wasn't like that. And yeah. So, how are we going to continue to unfuck ourselves in 2022? That makes me laugh when I tear. I should start doing like a little dance before I tear it off, like something different. Okay. So today's entry says, choose. What are you going to fight for? The past or the future? Your self-sabotaging BS or a long-awaited freedom? And you know, it's funny that I even read this one today. I swear, it's just fitting for anything that's going on. I've been trying to have a different attitude towards work this year. Trying not to have so much anxiety and stress about every little piece and managing every little facet, because a lot of things are out of my control. And I thought to myself, how do you not worry about the future? About having enough money? I guess you just have to resign yourself to the fact that you can't worry about it, because I could not be here tomorrow, right? Like, you have to enjoy and just take what comes at you. I really am. I'm really trying to, and I need to continue to read Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl, because that guy puts everything in the perspective. Yeah. So, I hope you liked today's story. I thought that was really cute. Laughter. Yes, laugh, please. Please. I hope I can make you laugh sometimes with the way that I say things or do things, or the stories I read aren't like the books I read aren't exactly laughable, but I enjoy a good comedy. Yeah. Okay. I hope you guys all have a great Wednesday. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.